Nadchodzi KSW 44. Oczekiwany od lat pojedynek w królewskiej kategorii. Mariusz Pudzian-Pudzianowski kontra wieloletni mistrz Karol Bedoch. Pogromca Popka Monstera Tomasz Oświeciński versus gwiazda niemieckiej sceny Erko Jun oraz powrót bohatera kibiców Michała Materli.
KSW 44. Welcome to the game.
Gala KSW 44 już w sobotę 9 czerwca tylko w systemie pay-per-view.
Nie szukaj powodów, do góry łeb, patrz, masz milion dowodów, do góry łeb! Serce wali jak dzwon, pompuje krew, tętno rozsadza ci skroń. Prześladuje pęk, czujesz nadchodzący zgon, sam byś już najchętniej zęk, ten kawałek to pomocna dłoń, do góry łeb! Serce wali jak dzwon.
So the numbers are up on screen. Tonight's main event at under 84 kilograms. 3 5-minute rounds that will decide not only the winner, but the continuing pathway for Michał Materla. From Poland, Materla in the red corner. From Brazil, Rousimar, Palhares. Well, Materla returns after a stunning loss at KSW 33. A quick rebound with a first-round demolition at KSW 35 in Warsaw. But tonight, it's on the line. Palhares has a reign of terror. 4 devastating submission finishings in his last 5 appearances. Off a very hot training camp. 5 weeks, he's here to do business. This is a long way to come for a short fight. Palhares ready to do business.
And you are going to be ringside with us here live in the main event at KSW 36. Right now, Materla showing off that boxing. It seemed to me one of the most important aspects of controlling where this engagement took place, because you will see in a jiffy, if Palhares can get a hold of that leg just like he's showing there, he will dive on that thing and hold on to it like a raft in the middle of a tsunami.
Just look at the size of Palhares and the evasion skills. He's got shoulders like boulders. Materla is going to have to be very aggressive here, but he needs to take care. Palhares, you can see, has come here to headhunt. He's going to be looking to jump in and make an impact real quick. Materla light on his feet, working off the jab, working off the hands here, moving, using the cage very, very carefully, but Palhares closing it down.
Palhares is fighting very smart right now. He knows he's at a reach disadvantage, and more importantly, that his path to victory is already out there. Everybody knows what this guy can do if he gets a hold of a leg.
You know, Chris, when you're of modest stature, you know you're never going to fight a fighter smaller than you. So what's going to happen is you know exactly which way you've got to go. It goes to the mat, and Palhares working from underneath.
Huge overhand right, but it was only bait to try and drop. But Materla knows that and done a good job here. He's got to work his way out of half guard. This guy is such a high-level wrestler. You know, people talk about the Brazilian jiu-jitsu acumen of Palhares, but Materla also experienced in grappling competition. I mean, we're talking ADCC level stuff. So he's got to be smothering, and he's got to play the top game, and more importantly, clear the legs of Palhares. When Palhares has got any sort of guard in the mix, he can threaten with attacks, including those leg locks.
So Palhares, known as Toquinho, which very unflatteringly means tree stump. You can see by the build there why he's been nicknamed that. A lot of work going in here on the mat, and this is where the technicality begins and the tapology starts.
Palhares looking to invert there and go for a leg, and immediately out of there. Materla very wise. No point in trying to retain position when you are at risk of getting locked into a submission.
Well, there's a big right hand for Materla. He does like it in the perpendicular. Lands another shot, and maybe he can soften up Palhares as this first round goes on. We're under 2 minutes left here, and Materla loose, throwing out the shot, but Palhares still so unpredictable.
And kicking below the knee as well, I like that. Palhares can kick as much as he wants here, because even if he throws a lazy kick, and if on off chance Materla happens to catch it, that's an entry to the grappling. So Palhares needs to continue to mix things up and not set patterns with all the wild stuff. Remain unpredictable and unorthodox.
So the confidence here that Palhares brings to this, just look, he's come to do business. Materla still just a little bit off point, a little bit ring rusty, as it were. Needs some early openings here to get that confidence back up. Big looping right hand body shot, just about scrapes past the belly of Palhares. But 1 minute in this first round left, and it looks like as it winds down, we're not going to see anything emphatic from either player.
And not a single kick from Materla yet. Again, a beautiful leg kick below the knee. And that's a great technique for a number of reasons, not the least of which is being unable to check it as effectively.
Well, there's a shocker. Up goes the higher leg for the kick. And there's a front kick as well. Materla being put on the back foot. That was a sweet shot if he could have landed it. A lot of respect being shown by both fighters here. Materla with a southpaw stance. Switch hitting here. Palhares coming forward. Big looping overhand right, but Materla saw that one coming. It had a second-class postage stamp on it. There's the bell at the end of the first. What do you make of it, Chris?
I think it's very interesting to see how Materla engaged on the ground and then knew immediately when to time his retreat and get out of there. I also like the fact that Palhares continues to mix things up on the feet. I would suspect that one of the most interesting things will be is if we see the clinch again. Palhares would be all too happy to see things come in, and Materla needs to be very careful and methodical if it does come to close range.
Well, the hands of Materla are looking, well, reasonable enough here. He's throwing shots, and he's putting Palhares on the back foot. Palhares, as I said, he's a fighter of modest stature. He knows exactly what he's got to deal with. He's never going to fight a smaller fighter. He is a guy that will drop for a leg lock. He is a guy that will drop to the mat to try and drag his opponent down. But as you can see here, he catches and ties up Materla.
What I like about Materla is how he uses his forearm or his palm to push away immediately. I mean, we're talking milliseconds here on those entries. Now, though, the striking, as you can see, the wild stuff on Palhares at the end. We continue to the second round.
Round two of a scheduled 3, and this fight has settled into a very, very level pace. It purported to be a dynamic clash from the onset, but the pace even, as both these fighters now have to try and work out a way to unpick the locks. Left-right combination, big stretching overhand right from Materla. And Palhares manages to slip out of the way, as indeed does Materla, by just slipping that overhand right from Palhares. Ushiro Miwashigeri. We're seeing a lot of exciting stuff from Palhares.
Right now, a probing jab from Materla. I like that, a long guard. He does that for 2 reasons. More importantly, to line up the right hand or push away when Palhares comes in.
So the leg comes up, Materla throws his man to the ground, doesn't advantage himself from that, and Palhares back in the upright, and we go to stand up.
Sometimes the best offense is a good defense, though, and you're seeing that from Materla right now. Big uppercut!
There's the uppercut! It's a knockdown! Michael Materla has done it! That punch came right up from the berserker. Out went Palhares. Boom, boom! Palhares hit the room. Bye-bye Pepsi-Cola. It's all over.
And there goes another incredible one-punch stoppage from Materla. The way he timed that, and there was no telegraphing whatsoever. A fastball right hand with everything behind it. What a finish.
That was so sweet. Palhares came in, the head was down. Materla didn't even have to pull it in. Up came that punch. Boom, it was textbook. That was an uppercut from hell. Immediately, Palhares, I think he was out before he hit the ground. Referee was in like a shot because there was only going to be one outcome. That man does not know where he is at this moment in time.
And what Materla did so well was he concealed that, he masked that. There was no tell, and more importantly, there was no pattern in setting that up. It was straight punches through and through. But when one of those comes in there and literally breaks the sound barrier in translation, that was all she wrote in a heartbeat, and he was out before his head touched the bottom of the ring. Man, what a shot.
That shot was like murder, she wrote. Materla put that on the sweet spot. Oh, baby, he's rocked the world. He's rocked KSW 36. Materla is back. The champion returns. The road was blocked by Palhares. Boom, he's bulldozed all opposition. We are back in business. Michał Materla returns with a bang.
Walka skończyła się w drugiej rundzie po minucie i 27
So, the
sekundach.
formality
Panie
of the
i
announcement.
panowie,
Ladies and gentlemen,
zwycięzcą walki wieczoru gali KSW 36.
your winner is
Michał Materla!
Materla wins, and he is back in KSW business.